Hello and welcome to Tech Function 101. This is Prisha and today we're going to be writing our first Python program. If you're just starting on your coding journey or looking to refresh your knowledge, stay tuned. We're going to explore one of the key fundamental aspects of Python programming, which is the print statement. I'll walk you through using the print statements with single, double, and triple quotations, the differences between them, and some of the common errors made. So let's get started. Now let's open up PyCharm and create a new Python file. The most basic way to display something on the screen in Python is by using the print statement. And here's how it works. So you simply just type print round bracket and we'll put double quotations for now. And in here, whatever you write will be displayed onto your console when you run it. So let's just print hello world. And let's run the code by pressing the run button on the top. Or you could also run the program by right-clicking in the terminal and clicking on run. So as you can see, this line of code uses print function and displays the text hello world onto the console. So let's run it. And there you have it, our first Python program. It's simple that the print function is used to display text or values on the console. And you'll see this in a lot of projects used, and this is one of the most common used function. So it's really good to get a start on this, and you'll also see that you use it a lot as we go on. So now let's take a look at what happens if we do single quotation. So I'm just going to create another print statement here. So print round bracket, and this time I'm going to do single quotations. And I'm going to type in hello coders. And let's run it. So as you can see, it still prints out anything I put inside the quotations, just as a double quotation. Now for triple quotations, so let's go ahead and try that. So print round bracket, and this time we'll do 1, 2, 3. And this is basically used to put in any long text. So I'll show an example. So I just have this paragraph here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this. Okay, so now using this 3 quotations, I have 3 double quotations here. Now I'm going to run this and see what happens. So as you can see here in the console, it prints out all the sentences. And this is also according to the spaced out, as I said. So if I were to click enter here, then this word would be on the next line. Everything else would be in the lines after. And as you can see here, that's how it is. And this is the same thing. Say if I were to replace this with single quotations. So I'm going to put 3 single quotations here. And let's run that. So as you can see, it prints out the exact same paragraph in the same way. What is the difference between the single quotation and double quotation? So let me go over that. And so I'm just going to remove this for now. And so we have these 2 statements now. This one has the single quotation, this one has double. Now say if I were to change the statement, I am going to the mall. Okay, so I just wrote this simple sentence here. And now as you can see, it's as underlined in red, so that means there's an error. And even when I try to run it, there's an invalid syntax error. So the reason for this is that I put an apostrophe for I am. Right, the sentence is simply, I'll type it here again. I'm going to the mall. Right, this is the sentence I wrote. But since there is an apostrophe here, it can't detect whether this is the end of my text string or whether it's an apostrophe. And that's why it's going to create an error. But if I were to put the same sentence, I'm going to copy this and put it in here. With the double quotation, now there's no red underline here, so there is no error. And I'm gonna remove this so it runs. And let's run it. So there you can see it. I'm going to the mall. And it prints it with the apostrophe. So with the double quotations, it can recognize whether the single quotation is used in the string. Whereas if you're doing single quotation, then you may have to use special characteristics in order to tell Python that this is an apostrophe in my text and not an apostrophe to end this string. Right? So that's the difference between the double quotation and single, and usually you will see coders using the double quotations more often. And so single quotations are then preferred for like a short word, like just say hello, right? This is just a one word string. So that's what they're usually used for, or say if it's just a letter, right? So print, I'm going to be single and T, right? So just for a letter or a short string. And as you can see here, it prints out everything. Another thing I want to point out here are the common errors that are usually made by coders. So one of the normal things is that, say for this sentence, I put a single string, a double quotation at the end, and I ended off with the single one. And this will create an error, as you can see. So but if I were to replace this double, then it will run perfectly again. So keep in mind, if you are using double quotations, it must be double quotations on both sides. And if you are using single, then it must be single on both sides. Right? Another error is that some people use when they're typing a lot of print statements or typing really quickly, they might accidentally write the P capital. And again, this will create an error. Name print is not defined. And it's a name error. So as you can see, the whole print function has to be in lowercase. And lastly, another small mistake is just to remember is that sometimes people may use curly brackets or say square brackets, and this will again create an error. So what are the key things? Just to summarize, in print statements, the whole function in the beginning, the word print, must all be in lowercase, and none of the letters can be capitalized. And again, using the round brackets, as you get into more programming with other languages, you will encounter more curly brackets and other types of brackets. But for Python, it is mainly just round brackets. And lastly, if you are using double quotations, use double quotations on both sides. And if you're using single, then use single on both sides. And same thing with triple. So even in triple quotations, say I'll make this triple. If I put three single quotations here and 3 double quotations here, is it going to print it? So let's see. And again, this does not print. There's a syntax error as it shows. And so even when you're using triple quotations, you must have it in same. You must have the same quotations on both sides. I highly encourage you to do this yourself as well. Feel free to try different things. Create errors on purpose to find out what happens. And that is it for this video. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below on what you want to learn about next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Until then, happy coding.